Al Sutherland with your Mesonet Weather Report. Well, folks throughout April have really been worried about a late freeze, and lo and behold, some heat crept up on us. On April 25th, Wednesday, Eric came in at 105 degrees for a top temperature, Altus 103. There were a number of places well over 100 in that southwest corner of the state. The western half of the state, much of it in the 90s, the eastern half in the 80s, and nowhere in the state did we have any temps in the 70s for a high. Well, that same area that had those 100-degree temps on Wednesday, when we take a look at the 3-day average soil temp at midweek, we also see those same areas with soil temp averages in the 70s and the high 72 out of Granfield. Checking in on our Keach-Bryant drought index, we can see that the numbers are starting to creep up. Goodwell comes in at 487. This is on an index that starts out at 0 when things are wet, 800 when things are dry. So that 487 is starting to get into that dry side. Eric comes in at 374, Altus 362. A 10-inch soil moisture map mimics those drier conditions. We can see the brown areas that are coming in at Goodwell, Eric, Altus, Granfield, with those drier soils. As we get into the other areas of the state, the yellows, those are areas that are losing moisture pretty rapidly. And then we get into the really well saturated areas. Those are the dark green areas on the map. Gary, are there any changes in our drought situation?
Thanks, Al. Well, there's no real change in our drought picture this week, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to look at our rainfall statistics for the water year thus far. Now, the water year starts October 1st and ends September 30th, so we're about 7 months in. Here's a map of the water year rainfall thus far from the Oklahoma Mesonet. The rainfall amounts for this period range from about 6 inches in the far western panhandle to as much as 38 inches in the far southeast. The areas still impacted by drought are easy to see in this map. The Oklahoma Panhandle, far western Oklahoma, and far southwestern Oklahoma all have not received as much rainfall as other parts of the state. If we take a look at this percentage of normal rainfall map for the same time period, we see that much of the state has been significantly above normal in rainfall, especially in northwestern Oklahoma, where it's been as much as 200% above normal. Now, if we average the rainfall over the entire state, we get about 20 inches, which is about 3 inches above normal. That's also the 12th wettest such period since 1921. The latest outlooks for May from the National Weather Service's Climate Prediction Center indicate increased odds of above normal temperatures over much of the state. Now, for precipitation, they don't really give an indication of whether it will be wetter than normal, drier than normal, or even near normal, so not much of a forecast there. So things are still looking good for most of the state, but we'll always take more rainfall. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.